Thank you very much, Commissioner, for the second answer round. And now we have the last round on questions of the colleagues. First answer is by Pavel Bock, then Kriton Arsenis. Now, Kriton Arsenis, please.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Commissioner, for being with us. I asked citizens in Greece what we should be talking about today, and they raised a series of issues. First of all, the mobile phones. We have the early warnings. We know that there are groups of people, like pregnant women, young people in their early 20s and before that, that have greater risks. We know that if we have, for example, hand-free or Bluetooth, we know that it reduces this risk. We know that when we have good signal, when we avoid to use the phone within moving metallic vehicles, trains and so on, cars, it reduces the risk. When are we going to inform our citizens for these risk mitigation methods? We need to do that. We are exposing them to great risks, as the science tells us. Also on GMO, the citizens are asking for compulsory labeling of products coming from animals that received GMO feed. When is the Commission going to come with such a proposal? And finally, a question that has been important in my country, the generic medicine. There were a lot of doctors coming publicly in Greece saying that generic medicine is dangerous, is less effective than patented medicine. I agree with you, but I would like a comment from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kriton.
Commissioner.
For your response and to answer the question.
I gladly come here to explain what we're doing and to answer any questions. Mr. Arsenis has asked questions on the electromagnetic fields, for example. We must say, first of all, that again here, this is a member state competence of the management and the information on this risk mitigation. But I take your point. Let me make. We are at the moment asking our scientific committee to review the whole science of electromagnetic fields, and I'm sure that depending on what we get as feedback from them, we will then act in the best interest of our citizens, okay? And if it's a question of informing them of how they can mitigate as much as possible any type of risk from mobile phones, then we will do it, because mobile phones today are pervasive. It's something that's being used everywhere. You also see 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds now with mobile phones hanging also. But anyhow, that's a choice of parents. But anyhow, but the reality is that it is important that we will educate people on how to use, as we educate people also how to use other tools that we have to live with. On GMO labeling, we must also say here that compulsory labelling of GMO livestock products like meat and milk fed with GM has no scientific base. The science on this is that feed is degraded and the animal is feed is degraded and is indistinguishable from the nature, from the makeup of the animal's amino acid complex makeup. And an animal fed with GMOs and an animal fed not on GMOs are not distinguishable when it comes to analyzing the product itself. And therefore, action on this at the moment is not being foreseen. An external evaluator will study existing GMO-free labelling initiatives to assess the need for harmonisation during the course of this year. We are also trying to see to see what we can do on that.